Hi guys, this is Cutting Edge Machines Cromlington. Right, this is my second post on YouTube, so bear with us. I don't know how this one will turn out, but never mind. Right, at Cutting Edge Machines Cromlington, I repair, you guessed it, still saws, grass cutters, chainsaws, in fact anything with a small engine. Right, this one came in with running problems, the usual. It would start up eventually, run all day, not a problem. You go back to start it again, say the next day, it wouldn't start, wouldn't rev up very well. The same old problems. Now, pretty much what we decided to do with this one was give it a full service first, because it obviously looked as if it hadn't had a service for years, and sure enough it hadn't. Replaced all the filters, which were absolutely chock-a-block with brick dust. The plug was totally worn out. We did a compression test on it, which turned out to be alright actually. I was very surprised at. And we told the customer that, you know, take it back, try it, see what happens, but we think it might need other work done to it. He was happy with that, so he took it back for a few days, used it for a few days, and he said it was better but not quite right, so it came back. So I stripped it down, and first thing I went to was the carburetor. Took the carburetor off, stripped it, and sure enough it was full of brick dust. There's a carburetor off it, full of brick dust. I mean, it's pretty clean there now because I've washed it out, but it was absolutely minging. So there we go. So quick look on eBay, picked up a carburetor for it for 20 quid ish. Fitted it, set it up, and it seems to be, I've tried it for about, well, I've had this about a week now, and I've tried it every day, and it fires up no problem now. So there we go. The chances of you've got running issues, it's a carburetor fault. Done tons of them. If your compressions are alright, if your seals, your main crankshaft seals are alright, and you've got a decent enough spark, you know, the chances are it's going to be a carburetor. Isn't that much more can go wrong really with these, to be honest. You have a few problems with ignition coils breaking down when they get hot, but as a rule they're fairly reliable considering the abuse they get. So I also got asked by I think it was a Tyler who brought one of these in to me for us to have a look at. That one had blown up a piston. Luckily the cylinder was alright, so we popped a new piston in for him, and that was that. I get people coming back to us and asking us, what is the correct procedure for starting these up? Because what happens, you'll get a builder who doesn't give a monkeys, or a roofer, whoever uses them. They'll drag it out the back of the van, they'll switch it on, and they'll just yank and yank and yank on the pull cord until something happens. It starts, it fires, whatever, and they're quite happy with that. they use it for a couple of minutes and pretty much just throw it back in the back of the van. Job done. But there is a way of starting them. So I hope this kind of helps you a little bit. Starting them in the correct way. Especially when they're an older machine and they're getting a bit worn. Right, full choke. If it's cold and you're starting them first thing in the morning, full choke it. Decompression valve, it's there for a reason. Use it. Push the decompression valve in, make sure it's switched on. Now what I do, I'll pull the pull cord. 1, 2, maybe 3 times, just gently. This will get fuel pumped into the carburetor if there isn't any already from the petrol tank, and it just kind of helps it start a little bit easier. You're pretty much just priming it really, if you like. Right, so you've done that. Push the decompression valve in, put it on the floor, give the pull cord a good 2 or 3 pulls. 3 normally does it, but each time you pull it and you return, use your thumb, press the decompression valve in. Second time, do it again, press the decompression valve in, use it. Because if you don't, if these things have just been rebuilt and you don't push the decompression valve in, you're going to give yourself an injury, because the compression's quite high on these and the 410s, and you're going to end up pulling your shoulder out if you're just going to yank and yank and yank until it fires up. So it just helps you a little bit. Just use your decompression valve. Like I say, pull it. You'll probably have to pull it about 3 or 4 times with the decompression valve in, and you'll hear the engine fire. It'll fire, then it'll stop. So basically that's telling you that's fuel in the engine now. Knock off your choke. 1 click, or even 2 if you like. Knock it off completely if you want to. But I normally just knock it back to there. Same again. Decompression valve, press it in, pull the cord again, and basically that's it. It'll start. Let it run for maybe a couple of seconds, knock the choke off, and away you go. If you're finding that when you rev it up it's still a bit sluggish, just put the choke on it just a little bit like that, just on the first notch. Let it tick over for a bit and just knock it off. Job done. Then you shouldn't have any problem starting it. Well, I hope this has helped you. Like I say, I've repaired quite a few of these now, but I also repair grass cutters, chainsaws, pretty much anything with a petrol engine in. Generators, then the odd generator there. So if you have any queries, if you need any advice or help on anything related to these machines, just get in touch. I'll see if I can help. There we go, a well used ts400. You can also get in touch with us at www.cuttingedgemachines@gmail.com if you need any help or any advice. Catch you later, YouTubers.